for the rest of the weekend and into next week? Meteorologist John Birchfield joins us with the answer. John.
Hey, Michael, we are expecting a good amount of sunshine for tomorrow. It's going to be a little milder also with high temperatures up in the 60s, but the breeze is going to be back. You'll notice the southeast winds if you're out raking leaves. Also, sunset time tomorrow is only going to be at 5:25 as daylight saving time ends. Don't forget to set those clocks back an hour. You will gain an extra hour of sleep tonight. However, darker evenings on deck for the rest of November and December. Temperatures are starting to fall. It is going to be a chilly night with 30s on the board in Toledo, mid-30s in Monroe. That Lake Erie shore is keeping things a little milder from Port Clinton over towards Sandusky. Outside for your morning walk, it is going to be chilly with temperatures in the low to mid-40s by midday. Still only around 60. The afternoon, though, does turn a touch milder. Southeast breeze is going to make it feel just a little bit cooler than the thermometer might suggest. And I am expecting mostly sunny skies with a slight increase in upper level clouds later on in the day. Overall, a nice feel outside in terms of the temperatures, but there is going to be that southeast wind at 10 to 20 miles an hour. Dry weather for the rest of the weekend, but you'll find out when rain chances return coming up in that 10-day forecast. Michael.
All right, John, we'll see you then. Local campaigns are preparing for the home stretch. In a matter of days, Election Day will determine whether candidates for office become elected officials or private citizens. Dominique O'Neill joins us in studio with more. So, Dominique, you caught up with leaders of both parties from Ottawa County to Lucas County. The anxiety is high right now, right?
That's right, Michael. The grassroots organizers I spoke to today say that Election Day is the culmination of months of hard work, and although they're looking forward to the end, the last few days of campaigning could make the difference between winning or losing.
We are getting ready to make sure our volunteers have all of the sample ballots that they need for Election Day. So we're going to try to have a volunteer at every single of the 73 polling locations here in Lucas County.
It's the last days before the November election, and Skylar Beckwith, the chair of the Lucas County Democratic Party, says their party offices have been hard at work looking to get the word out about their candidates ahead of Election Day. Meanwhile, 2 counties away, their opposition is prepping to do the same. Jill Steinbach is chairman of the Ottawa County Republican Party. She says the election prep has been good, and they've had 50 or 60 people volunteer.
I have a very energized central committee, and they all kind of do different things. We have people that send out letters to their Republicans and independents in their central committee. They knock on doors, make phone calls.
And with only about 3 days until the election, both Steinbach and Beckwith say now is the time for both sides to rally up voters.
I love the energy in Ottawa County. We all work together, we're a team, and we want to save America and get our candidates elected.
And then on Tuesday, we're going to do what's called knock and drag, where we knock on doors, remind people to vote. They have until 7:30 p.m. on Tuesday to vote. And yeah, we just need to get the word out about our amazing Democrats on the ballot this year.
So what's next for these local chapters? Dawn Patrol, when they head to the polls in the early morning hours before the polls open and plant their preferred candidates' yard signs at the polling location. Reported in studio, Dominique O'Neill, WTOL 11.
All right, thanks, Dom. Well, in case you missed it, there's one last day to cast your ballot before Election Day. The Early Vote Center in West Toledo will be open Sunday from 1 until 5 in the afternoon. This is located on West Sylvania Avenue, down the road from the Franklin Park Mall. You can also drop off your absentee ballot at the drop box right next to the Early Vote Center. For more information when it comes to the issues and candidates on the ballot, early voting hours, and more, WTOL 11 has a full election guide that's posted on our website right now. There's new info in an abuse of force case in Canton. Frank Tyson was killed as officers attempted to arrest him back in April. The grand jury returned an indictment this week. Our sister station in Cleveland reports.
Stop fighting. I can't read.
No one is above the law, and no one is so far below it that they don't deserve its protections.
This video shows 53-year-old Frank Tyson's last moments before he died in Canton police custody back in April. He ran into this VFW in Canton after crashing his car. 4 months after the incident, Stark County's coroner's office ruled his death a homicide. According to an autopsy report 3 News obtained, one cause of death shows Tyson died of cardiopulmonary arrest in association with physical altercation and prone restraint. From there, prosecutors presented the case to a grand jury. And now, the grand jury decided to move forward with indicting Canton police officers Camden Burke and Bo Shonegi.
After the grand jury deliberated, they voted to indict Officers Birch and Shonegi with reckless homicide, a felony in the 3rd degree, in the death of Mr. Frank Eugene Tyson.
Stone says the grand jury deliberated for 4 days, and his office presented the case to the grand jury with witnesses and evidence the same way he would with any other case.
Justice and fairness for this office is a priority. I believe that the grand jury thought that after evaluating the evidence that was presented, that it was the most fitting charge.
Prosecutors say if these officers are convicted of reckless homicide, they could be sentenced to the max of 3 years and they face a $10,000 fine. In the meantime, both officers remain behind bars. They have a bond hearing set for Monday. In Canton, Mitty Hicks, 3 News.
Turning to the world of automotive news, Ford says it'll have to halt production at one of its plants later this month. The company will idle its plant in Dearborn starting on the 18th and until January 6th of 2025. This will impact hundreds of workers who will face more than a month without work heading directly into the holiday season.
Right now, even without this, a lot of my coworkers, they were talking about they got to drive Uber and, sell lunch just to make ends meet.
The Dearborn plant produces the all-electric Ford F-150 Lightning pickup trucks. Ford reports its sales were down 20% in the 3rd quarter of this year compared to last year. The Franklin Park Mall is back open for business after part of the mall was shut down Saturday morning. Officials with the mall say the closure was due to an isolated situation that needed to be cleared by Toledo police. We did reach out to businesses in the mall. An employee at Bath & Body Works says the business was asked to close for 20 minutes this morning. The mall has since reopened for normal business hours. Culture Clash hosted a fundraiser today to help save the 20-year-old business. Guests enjoyed live music, local vendors, and food trucks while doing some crate digging inside the store. Culture Clash's owner says this has been its toughest year for sales yet. The store has faced a decline in customers and mounting bills to pay. So members of Toledo's music community joined to help put on the all-day fundraiser.
What I hope is that by the end of this month, and maybe by the end of today, we can feel like our fundraising efforts can come to a close. I would like nothing more. I think this is the beginning of a busy season for Culture Clash, which I expect to continue through the next year and the next 20.
The event continues until 8 p.m. Saturday night. Culture Clash is following up the fundraiser with an in-store show called Noisy Sunday. 7 artists will be taking the stage, and that kicks off tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. John?
Well, it was a sunny and quiet start to the weekend, but the return of the breeze and also some rain chances. I'll let you know when the rain arrives coming up in my 10-day forecast. Welcome back in. Don't forget we fall back an hour tonight, and that means some extra sleep, but also darker evenings ahead for the rest of autumn and into the winter season. As daylight saving time ends, we have a sunset time tomorrow at 5:25, so far darker evenings, but the trade-off is lighter morning. 7:09 sunrise will make for a bit more daylight out at the bus stop and driving into work Monday morning. You'll see plenty of sunshine during the daytime hours tomorrow. Highs are going to be a little warmer in the 60s. The breeze will be back, though, with a southeast wind at about 10 to 20 miles an hour. Right now, the wind is very still, 39, and it is going to be a brisk feeling night tonight. Temperatures have fallen to the mid-30s up towards Monroe, and along the lakeshore, it is just a little bit milder with that Lake Erie temperature still at 57. 41 right now in Fulton County, 41 also in Putnam County. Hour by hour forecast, there is going to be another cooler start to the day. We're going to be in the mid-30s. With the calm winds, can't rule out a couple areas of patchy fog, but it's not going to cause any widespread travel issues. Into the afternoon, temperatures do stay a little bit cooler in southern Michigan, but the further to the south you live, the warmer it is expected to be, with mid to even upper 60s south of the Maumee River. I'm forecasting 64 for the Toledo Metro, mostly sunny skies, and that southeast wind at 10 to 20 miles an hour. It'll be noticeable, so I recommend keeping the light jacket as well as the sunglasses handy. Temperatures really climb Monday to Tuesday, a pair of days over 70 degrees. Also some scattered rain chances. Any rain that we see Monday is going to be widely isolated and only a 30% chance. If you're heading to the polls on Election Day, keep in mind the wind and also a scattered shower or two, especially late in the day. So if you're waiting outside, you may want the rain gear just to play it safe. Into midweek, calmer conditions make a return. I do expect dry weather for tomorrow. Monday could feature a few scattered showers. The bigger story, though, is going to be the breeze that could gust to 30 miles an hour Monday and even 40 for your Tuesday. Election Day likely to start off dry, but as this cold front moves through by Tuesday evening, those of you heading to the polls after work may contend with some scattered showers as well as gusty winds as that front moves on through. Showers are going to clear out Tuesday night, and then Wednesday dry weather will make a return. Scattered showers for your Election Day, 75 degrees, and that wind is going to be gusty. Southwest breeze sustained at 20, gusting to 35 to even up to 40 at times. We are going to be near a record high temperature with that mild breeze. The current November 5th record set just a couple of years ago. You may remember that one in 2022, feeling more like summertime in early November, and we're going to get awfully close to that record high for your Tuesday. Rain chances, nothing expected for tomorrow. Monday is a 30% chance, so likely dry to start off the week, but Tuesday, I do expect rain, especially late in the day. Nice and calm, quiet weather Wednesday through Friday, a good amount of sunshine. However, into next weekend, the chance for showers will make a return. Both Saturday and Sunday could include some rainfall for next weekend. Michael?
All right, thanks, John. Well, now that Halloween's over, there are many creative ways to dispose of those jack-o'-lanterns, like giving them to local farms for a tasty treat for their animals. The Bracy Gold Bison Ranch accepts leftover jack-o'-lanterns for their bisons to have a snack throughout the fall. The goal is to provide an eco-friendly way to dispose of the pumpkins, keeping them out of landfills, and it supports local business while you do it. The drop-off also serves as a celebration of the farm itself with music, food trucks, and activities throughout the day.
It's just a tasty treat for them. It's also good for their digestive tract. So we like to give them the treat, and it also helps to get those rotting pumpkins off of people's porches.
Now, it's not recommended to feed normal wildlife jack-o'-lanterns, but many cities do feature pumpkin drop-off locations. And now that Halloween is finally behind us, it's time for some Christmas shopping. Proclaim FM's annual Christmas Craft Fair is one of the first of many Christmas art shows to come. The show features 60 crafters and vendors, providing an array of different gifts to choose from.
We have a good turnout every year that we want to keep doing this event, and we also love to do it for our crafters and vendors too. We have so many creative people in our community, and we want to give them an opportunity to show off their gifts and talents as well.
Proclaim FM's next event will be a Christmas dinner that's coming up in December. Well, today was the 12th annual Tree City Film Festival. 8 films were screened tonight at Olander Park in Sylvania. They were produced by each filmmaking team in just 50 hours. Each film is required to use specific elements, including genre, character names, and props. And organizers say it's an experience that goes a long way.
What's been fascinating is we've had some teams that have started off with us as high school students doing a movie, and now they're actually in the industry making movies. They've went to school for it, and watching that growth. Like, there's a lot of teams who have been with us since year one, and watching how they've progressed as filmmakers has just been awesome.
5 awards were given out tonight, including the Spirit of Sylvania Film Award. Chase?
Michael, thanks. When we return, we have one of the biggest sportscasts of the year, college football, Toledo Walleye, and high school soccer and volleyball. That's coming up next in sports. Sports brought to you by Jim White Honda. Welcome back. Glad to have you guys sticking with us. It's one of the biggest sportscasts of the year. Another loaded day of college football. The Walleye are back in action at home. Plus, high school volleyball and girls soccer have their regional finals. But let's start up in Ypsilanti where the Toledo Rockets take on Eastern Michigan. Toledo hoping to bounce back from last week's I-75 loss. The Rockets were down 19-7 in the fourth quarter. But right here, Tucker Gleason to Thomas Zeros. The St. John's grad gives the Rockets a 29-22 lead with 2 minutes left. Then Eagles driving down the field. Time for one more play. Has to throw up a Hail Mary jump ball in the end zone, and an Eastern player comes down with it for the touchdown. Eagles down 1 with no time left on the clock. Decide they want to go for 2. Pass in the end zone is dropped. The conversion fails, and the Rockets score 22 points in the fourth quarter. Hang on to win 29-28. Toledo is back in the win column. Meanwhile, over in Happy Valley, number 4 Ohio State taking on number 3 Penn State. First quarter, Buckeyes with the ball. Will Howard drops back. He's going to fire to Emeka Egbuka. Makes the catch on the way to the end zone, and Ohio State is on the board. Second quarter now. Howard finds Brandon Innes on the crosser. He's going to turn upfield. Nobody between him and the end zone, and the Buckeyes take a 14-10 lead. Finally, fourth quarter, Ohio State leading 20-13. Penn State driving down to the 1. 4th and goal with 5 minutes left. Drew Aller's pass is incomplete, and the Buckeyes make a stand. Ohio State holds on to win it, and this is Ryan Day's 3rd win over top 5 opponents. And up in Ann Arbor, Michigan, hosting the number 1 team in America, the Oregon Ducks. First quarter, Wolverines down 7-0 until Davis Warren rolls out and finds Tyler Morris in the end zone for the touchdown, tied at 7. Third quarter now, Michigan in the red zone. Davis backpedaling, fires to Peyton O'Leary. The tight end holds on for the score. But unfortunately for the Wolverines, that's about all they could get on offense. Michigan gets fetty-whopped 17-38. The Wolverines drop to 5-4 on the season. And over at the Huntington Center, Walleye in action hosting Cincinnati. Few seconds in, Sam Cragg's on the attack. First shot is blocked, but grabs the rebound and scores. Toledo on the board just 45 seconds in. Second period now, tied at 1. Brandon Cruz sets up Tyler Spezia, finds the back of the net, the former BG Falcon, putting the Walleye up 2-1. These two would go back and forth until the third period when Spezia's shot at the goal here is going to be blocked, but Grant Gabriel is there to finish. That would turn out to be the game winner. Walleye win it 5-4. They defend home ice on opening weekend. Meanwhile, in high school volleyball, NLL rivals Anthony Wayne and Fremont Ross facing off in the D2 regional final. First set point, Generals Aubrey Rieger sets up Mallory Pike, slams it home for the kill, and Anthony Wayne takes the first set. Second set now, Rieger again sets up Charlie Gardner, gets up for the kill, and the Generals take a 2-set lead. Finally, match point, Rieger to Mallory Pike. One more time, sends it to the floor. Point set match. Anthony Wayne sweeps the regional final. The Generals are headed to the state semifinals for the first time in school history.
This team we knew was going to be special right from day one. Their goal was to win state, and we're tracking right along. They're a special team. We've got a lot of firepower, and I would tell you that we're not going to give up until the very end. So I mean, we're going to go all the way.
We knew they had a good hitter, Lindy, and they had some good blocks up there, but we knew where their open spots are, and we hit them. It's amazing. The community backs us up, and it feels amazing on the court.
Over in Norwalk, St. Ursula battling Notre Dame Cathedral Latin School for the D3 regional final. Arrows up 2 sets, going for the sweep. Emma Jones goes up for the pin, kills it off a defender. Ursula would fall in set 3, but in the fourth, Ellie Pancision sets it to Mia Hasty in the back row. Paints the back line, a good-looking kill there. Later, going to be a pass here, set to the middle. Molly Malone giving the other team no chance. Straight down kill, forces the shank. Finally, Arrows with a decent lead here. Pancision back on the service line, gets the ace, and St. Ursula goes on to win and punches their ticket to the state semifinals. Noelle Blumel has more from Norwalk.
Well, no surprise, St. Ursula Volleyball is headed back to the state tournament, but not without a fight. With only having 3 seniors on this year's squad, there were questions on whether or not they'd be able to climb back. But they battled through to uphold the standard left before them.
We made it. We made it. These kids kept the faith all year. I mean, we ended the season at 10-11 in the regular season, right? Like we were under 500 in the regular season, but we played everybody. And, you know, that showed, I thought, so far for this state run, where we weren't afraid of the moment. We weren't afraid to just go battle. And we battled Thursday, not playing well. We battled and we won. Today we battled against a great Notre Dame Cathedral Latin team, and we pulled it out. So I'm ecstatic for these athletes.
Personally, I think we all came together losing a bunch of seniors this year. We always talked about this, like you cannot replace someone. You just got to go with what you have and use your skill and your ability to get to this. Knowing that we were there last year, this is a second chance and this is our time to shine again.
The Arrows will face Gilmore Academy this Thursday in the state semifinal. Reporting from Norwalk, Noelle Blumel, WTOL 11.
Noelle, thanks. On the soccer pitch, Anthony Wayne again in the D2 regional final, taking on Bishop Watterson for a spot in the state semis. Eagles would score less than 2 minutes in, looking for another goal. Addie Beal laying out for the save, keeps the Generals within striking distance. Later in the half, offense now with a chance. Addie Williams gets pushed down there. Fans wanted a whistle, but they're not going to get it. And so we play on. Anthony Wayne still needing a score in the second half. They get a penalty kick. Briley Schemmerhorn fires, but Watterson's goalie makes the save, and the Generals just couldn't find the back of the net. Their season comes to an end in the regional final.
No question, I'm super proud of the fight the kids had. They played for 80 minutes and gave every ounce of everything they had. Super proud of just the whole season they put together. It's a team that's only conceded 9 goals, and you can see why. They're very organized and did a nice job, and the keeper comes up with a huge save on the PK. In our program, we ask everybody to leave it better than they found it. There's no question these 10 individuals did that.
Also in soccer, more St. Ursula. Arrows taking on Avon in the D3 regional final. First half here, Sarah Olson makes the scoop save, keeps Avon off the board. Later, Eagles dribbling again, high arcing kick. Olson punches it over and behind the net, just continuing to block shots. Avon would lead 2-0 at the half, but the Arrows not giving up. Driving down the field, Hannah Tebow racing towards the goal. First shot is blocked, gets the rebound, fires another, and this time it's in the back of the net. Arrows finally get on the board, but it wouldn't be enough. St. Ursula's season comes to an end in the regional final. And down in Bowling Green, D4 regional final between Eastwood and Ottawa Glandorf. 15 minutes in, Eagles down 1-0. Titans pressuring again. Goalie Jordan Jensen comes sliding in for the stop. Score remains 1-0 at half. Second half now, much more pressure from Eastwood. Freshman Carissa Nelson takes the shot on goal, but a diving save by OG's goalie, and Eastwood is kept off the board. Eagles just not able to find the back of the net tonight, and their season comes to an end in the regional final. And finally, many games covered today, but unfortunately we could not get to everything. Perrysburg girls soccer won the regional final this afternoon thanks to an awesome Camille Francis goal. In volleyball, Tiffin Calvert won their regional final, and they're headed back to state for the second year in a row. And the Tenora Rams upset two-time state champion New Bremen. Tenora is headed to the state semis for the first time in school history. That'll do it for sports.
Welcome back. In case you missed it, the first ever Romance Con happened today at the Toledo Lucas County Library. We're talking about romance novels here. Organizers say this is sure to be an annual affair, and romance novel fans say they had a terrific time. Local glass artists shared their craft at Toledo's first Glass City Expo. At the Golden Road on Dorr Street, the Glass City Expo aims to showcase the arts with live music, glass blowing, and vendors selling unique creations. Organizers want to prove it's the local artists that make Toledo the Glass City.
There's more in the Glass City than just, the Glass Pavilion. We're a big family. There's a whole bunch of artists out here, and we all got to stick together and support each other.
The Glass City Expo is still ongoing and ending at 2 a.m. Oh, so it's a late night situation, a late night affair, if you will, John.
It is, yeah. I've always enjoyed watching them, blow the glass. It's something I'm not capable of doing personally, but I can admire from afar. At the Toledo Museum of Art, I remember always growing up watching them do the glass blowing there.
Yeah. It's one of those things where, like you said, I will enjoy it from a distance.
Yeah, well, tomorrow's forecast we can all enjoy because it is going to be another sunny one. It is going to be a little breezy for your Sunday, but don't forget also we fall back an hour tonight, and that means an extra hour of sleep, but also tomorrow's sunset at 5:25 p.m. We do have a warm-up on tap for Monday and Election Day as well. Scattered showers will be possible Monday and Tuesday before temperatures drop back to the 60s midweek. And you could see a few rain showers also heading into next weekend. Going to be a really nice end of the weekend. Just don't forget about that time change.
How often do we see 70s in the beginning of November?
Could be close to a record for Election Day. Not common.
How about that? All right. Well, maybe you can wear your T-shirt on Election Day. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow night.